Hey there, this is Amanda. I want to walk through some usability, I don't want to say issues, but an uncomfortable feeling I get as a user when I am interacting with the new Epic as a work item record and I'm trying to reduce screen size. So I actually I've duplicated. I haven't added the linked and child issues yet, but I have the description and the metadata of an epic that I've created on the issuables framework. So these two are identical except for I don't have this stuff on the epics version, work items version yet. All right, so I want to show you a side by side of my experience. So I work on a big screen, and so I'm constantly comparing things or referencing two different issues by doing something like this, right? And so I'll split screen, and technically it looks like the issuables version is a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna just try and make this as equal as possible, just based on my eye. And so some things that I'm noticing right now is the right side on the new version is wider than the right side on the legacy version, and I don't know that it needs to be. Noticing like when it's more full screen. Let me just open this up again. Noticing that when it's more full screen, I have some buffer white space here, which I kind of like because it brings my focus to that content. Whereas when I'm on the kind of full screen of this is weird. I should show this to the nav people. But okay, so when I'm on the full screen of this one, I don't have much white space at all between that. So that's something else I wanted to point out. So again, let me just show you the kind of side by side of that experience in full screen. So here's the issuables. Notice all the white space. When I'm in a big screen here, notice not much white space, and it all kind of like bleeds together. Now I have a bunch of white space over here, but this just doesn't feel, it feels like this should be right aligned. Like, why do I have all this white space here and nothing in between? So that's just something. But really, the reason why I was making this is because when I minimize, there we go. Yeah, it's taking up more space, but as I minimize more, there we go. So I hit the threshold here and now it's auto collapsed. And when I hit the threshold on the new version, I was aware this was going to happen because I remember this from design review. But as a user and using it in a practical way, um, I'm having a hard time with this being pushed down in between the description and the child items. So a few reasons that I find this uncomfortable. One, it looks scattered. There, we don't have lines anymore. Like on the sidebar, we used to have these lines that brings like uniformity or I don't know, like separation of the widgets. And now it just kind of looks like a bunch of jumble. This is likely to be improved as these widgets start getting cleaned up more. I know we still have a lot of work, but it just looks like a bunch of stuff that was like thrown here and not like purposefully. Um, my eye is not drawn to anything. Like here, my eye is drawn, even with the edit buttons, like everything is in a small compartment. Whereas this, it's like, look where the edit button is compared to the information. It's just, you're moving like a narrow column into a wide view. And I think like the usability of that or the comfort of that is just broken as a result. The other thing that I don't like about this here is that I'm I'm likely wanting to do something with child items or with linked items or comments, and it just causes more scrolling. So I wanted to kind of just put together these thoughts. I know everybody's going to have different opinions, but I wanted to put it out there for discussion and see if there's any opportunity to kind of address some of the stuff. Thanks so much. Appreciate you watching.